this example, we are selecting the choice of the graph. So this is multiple choice. They give us a function, and then they give us 4 possible answers. Maybe this is the answer, or this one is our second option, or this one's our third option, or this one's our fourth option. One of those 4, which one is the correct graph of minus 2 tangent x minus 2? Well, let me write it over here. And identify, remember it's a tangent bx plus c plus d. So the d is the minus 2. The b and the c must be 0 because they're, oh, I'm sorry, the b is 1, right? Because there's really a 1 time, this is really 1x plus 0 in the parentheses, right? That comes out the same as x, doesn't it? 1 times x plus 0 is really just x. So b must be 1, c is 0, a is negative 2. And d is also negative 2. Okay, so what does that mean? What do these little pieces of the graph mean? Well, the fact that a is negative, that means the graph goes down to the right. So the snakes, in other words, the snakes go down to the right instead of up when that's negative. So that's what it says in your notes. If I go back to your notes here, let me find your notes. There we go. So when A is negative, the snakes go down to the right. A positive, they go up to the right. All right, next we got to get the period, which is pi over b. So let's do that. Coming back here. So the period is pi over b, which is pi, and b is 1, pi over 1. So the period's just pi, which is about 3.14. So remember, that's the width of one cycle, or another way to put that, that's how far from one cycle to the next. So from one cycle to the next is going to be about 3.14. Lastly, if you look back at the notes up here, let me go back to the notes. D, what is the D, the number that's outside to the right? It means the graph has moved up 2. Remember that number outside the parentheses, added or subtracted outside the parentheses, is a movement up or down, positive up, negative down at the center. So let's go back to it. RD, right here, D equals minus 2 means down 2 at the center. So the graph is down 2 at the center. So we're looking for a tangent graph that's down 2 at the center. Well, this one's down 2 at the center. This one is at up 1, so no way. It's at up 1 at the center. This one's down 2 at the center. And this one's down 2. So 3 of them are down 2. 3 of them are still in the running. That one's out. Okay. Now also this graph is supposed to go down to the right. These snakes are going down to the right. As you know, as you go to the right, they're going down. Oh, these are going up. So, but we've already crossed that one out. These are going down to the right, so that's good. These are going up, so no way. These are going up, so that can't be the answer. All right, so we're down to 2 answers. This one here is going down to the right, and this one here is going down to the right and has the negative 2. So the only way to distinguish which is correct between those two is to look at the period. What's the period? The period is pi 3.14, which is how far from one cycle to the next. So from here to there, that looks like about just more than 3, right? So 3.14, but that's actually 2 cycles away, isn't it? The next cycle's right here at only, you know, whatever, about 1.5 something. Probably about 1.57, half a pi. Yeah, that's not right. The next cycle is only 1.57 away. No way. Wrong period. Do you see that? The period, how far to the next cycle, is supposed to be 3.14. Let's look at the other option. From here to there, perfect. See that? So 3.14. And you could go from anywhere. From there to there is 3.14. It's harder to see. It's easier to go from 0 to just past 3. So that's 3.14. That is how far from cycle to cycle. So the period is 3.14. It starts at down 2. The snakes are going down to the right. This is the correct graph of our function. What was our function? Y equals negative 2 tan minus 2. So this is minus 2 tan minus 2. That minus 2 is down. Snakes are going down. The period is 3.14. It's pi. The distance from one cycle to the next.